We are live in Southwest Florida at the beach. I didn't sleep last night and I'm really tired. And I thought it might be easier for me to take you on a beach walk than bring all my stuff down to the beach. Hopefully you're okay with that. If you're not, that's fine too. I don't expect everybody to love everything that I do, which reminds me, I do have something to say about yesterday's episode, but we'll wait till everybody pops in from pre-chat and notifications. Good morning, Grace. Hi, Thea, Joe, Val, Diane, Lisa, Judy. Good morning. Happy Thursday, everybody, aka Happy Friday Eve. Hope everybody's having a good day so far. Hi, Judy. Hi, Joe. Hi, Wendy. Thank you, Joe. I love wearing a bandana in my hair like this too. All I have is a messy bun and a bandana wrapped around my head. Like, it's a lot easier than you might think to do this. And honestly, the first time you do it, you might say, ooh, I don't know if I look good like that. I thought the same thing, and you know what? I just did it. And you'd be amazed at how many people smile when you walk by them. There's something about, maybe it's the Rosie the Riveter reminder, or maybe it's just being colorful and different. I don't know. But I feel like people always comment on my hair when I wear my hair like this. So that's nice. You know how I like to put a smile on strangers' faces. So that's fun too. Hi, Toasty. Hi, Rinny. Hi, Wendy. Joe, you could absolutely do it with short hair. Yes, yes, yes. You're right. This is not only for messy buns. I've seen it done very cutely. I've seen it done very well on short hair. Hi, Carrie. Hi, Irene. Well, I'm going to turn the camera around so you can see the beautiful scenery. I think it's about 70 degrees out here. I know someone will probably ask. Hi, Kathy, Carrie, Barbara. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Kristin Omdahl Show. This is episode 1036, and we are live in Southwest Florida at the beach. Like I said in the beginning, I'm not even sure if I slept an hour last night. So, good morning. So I didn't really have the energy. I am at Vanderbilt today. I am not even attempting Wiggins Pass until I've stood in the line and been turned away too many times, and thank goodness I have choices. So at least at Vanderbilt, there's a 3-story parking garage here. And this early in the morning, it's funny, Wiggins Pass fills up in the morning, Vanderbilt fills up later in the day. So if I tried to go to Vanderbilt later in the day, the parking structure would be full. So just trying to manage my options as efficiently as possible. Hi, sunshine. Hi, Donna. Hi, Karen. Hi, Kimberly. I have long pants on today. I better scoot them up a little bit. Otherwise, they're going to be all wet, and that's going to feel gross. Okay, I'm back. Oh, I should probably turn the camera around to talk to you about what I wanted to say about yesterday real quick, though. So, yesterday in the comments after the video, someone thought that I was, what did she say? She thought that I was apologizing for people not liking everything that I do. And not that I'm calling her out. My reason for saying what I'm about to say is that we're more alike than we are different. And if there was something about my phrasing, my word choice, or something that I said, maybe I said it incorrectly, who knows? I've been known to say things incorrectly. Somehow she got the impression that yesterday I was apologizing for people not liking everything that I do, and that is absolutely the opposite of what I meant. And so I just wanted to clear the air. I was saying that it is okay if you or anybody doesn't like everything that I do, because there is always a learning opportunity in everything that you are exposed to. You can learn about something that you like. You can learn about something that you don't like. You can learn to avoid the things that you don't like. You can learn to improve upon the things you don't like, and you can be inspired to do the things that you do like. So basically everything's a learning opportunity. And that was the message that I was trying to portray yesterday. So if somehow that was confusing or poorly worded or poorly expressed, I thought it was really worth mentioning again today, because I think it's really important. Well, it's really important to me to always be learning. And I think sometimes when people, without that perspective, I think it's very easy for people to shut off opportunities for learning when they don't like something. And so what I'm suggesting is, even when you don't like everything somebody does, it's still an opportunity for learning. Whether it's learning to improve upon it and do it better, or avoid it, or whatever. That's all I meant by that. I was not apologizing, because I don't believe that. I don't believe in that. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Now let's turn the camera around. Hi, Natalie. And let's just enjoy the walk. If you have questions, I still have my reading glasses on. I'm still reading comments. So please feel welcome to ask me anything. But because that comment came in, like I said, I always feel like we're more alike than we are different. And if I was misunderstood by one person yesterday, it's possible I could have been misunderstood by others. And I felt like what I was saying was so important to me that I wanted to make sure that I said it correctly. So if you want to talk about it, fine. If you don't want to talk about it, fine. If you have any kind of questions, ask. And if you just want to enjoy the walk, that's fine too. Hello, Donna from Vero Beach. That's not too far away. I've been to Vero Beach once. I did a book signing at a yarn shop there several years ago. And I actually took Marlon with me, and we went to the beach after the event. Thanks, Rinny. Good morning, G. Hi, Shelley. Were you there at the event, Donna, or were you just saw my yarns there? The day that I came for yeah, it was a yarn display too. They did carry my yarns when I had them, and when they were, I did wholesale. And I brought a ton of samples with me that day, and books and book signing, and it was a really fun event. Got to meet lots of wonderful people. Were you there, Donna, or no? It's okay if you weren't. Yes, Lori. I forget who asked it the other day, but yes, any half circle shawl can easily be made into a poncho. Just make 2 of them and sew them together and leave an opening for your neck. Oh, that's too bad, Donna. Maybe another time. The owners were very nice. I really enjoyed spending time with them. And the owner's husband was really nice to Marlon, too. They encouraged me to bring him, knowing that I was a single mom. And her husband took him under his wing that day. I don't know why I'm going to cry. It's just, sometimes when people go above and beyond in kindness, it really touches my heart. And I haven't slept, so I'm usually a little more emotional when I'm completely exhausted. Yeah, the clouds are pretty today. The water's pretty. There's a nice rough volume to the waves without a whole lot of wind. It's kind of like that perfect It's that perfect sweet spot of loud, big waves without a whole lot of wind, because normally they come together. Yeah, well, Lori, I seem to cry a lot more lately than normal, and yes, I have a feeling I cried all day yesterday before going to bed, and yeah, whatever, it'll be all right. Yeah, with all the color variations in the clouds, they definitely look three-dimensional. Great question, Rinny. Is bamboo yarn suitable for brioche style knitting? Any yarn can be used for anything, right? It depends on what effect you're looking for in brioche. Brioche can actually be done with thinner yarns on bigger needles with blocking to give you a really nice lacy effect. However, if you're looking for those ridges of the texture of ribbing, then you're better off using an animal fiber, because animal fibers have a lot more texture to them, whereas thinner and plant-based fibers like bamboo are better suited for lace. So it depends on which look you're going for with brioche. If you're looking to do it lacy, then yes, whether you're talking about Be So Fine or Be So Sporty or whichever bamboo yarn you're talking about, then that's great. But if you're looking for more of a ribbing texture and that three-dimensional volume of texture, then I would definitely choose a wool or an animal fiber with memory for that stitch pattern. It depends on what you're looking for. Thanks, Sandra. Yes, the multiple color stitch markers are great for lots of reasons, actually. They're great for... Is it distracting to hear me talk and not see me? Is it better to see the water and I can keep answering questions? Like, whatever you want me to do, I'll do. But I thought a full view was better than my face taking up most of the screen. But yes, the multicolored stitch markers are great for a variety of reasons. First of all, they're split ring, so they're great for knitting and crochet. Thanks, Judy. They're great for knitting and crochet. Also, all the colors. You can mark off different things. Like if you're doing something that has multiple stitch patterns or multiple repeats, then it's great to have the colors to differentiate the beginning and end of a round versus the beginning and end of a repeat. So like you could do one color for the repeats and one color for the end of the round. Now there was a project that I did for Knit and Crochet now, I believe season 11, where I did a sampler Afghan knit where it was multiple stitch patterns across the row. Not like the Layla sampler or the Zen scarves where we did a stitch pattern in rows and then switched to a new stitch pattern and did another stripe horizontally. If you're doing a sampler that is vertically striped, does that make sense? I'll turn the camera on 1 second so you can see what I'm saying. So on the Zen stripe ones, we did a stitch pattern stripe, a stitch pattern stripe, a stitch pattern stripe. But what I'm talking about on the show, I did one where I did a stitch pattern for here and then here and here. So across each row you were working each of those stitch patterns individually. Then those multicolors came in real handy. So let's say you did red for the first stitch pattern, then yellow for the second, then orange for the third, green for the fourth, purple for the fifth. You could mark on your chart or your pattern with those colors and color code what you're doing with what's in your yarn. And for that alone, that's something that would be a ton more complicated to do without multicolor stitch markers. So, and then because they are split ring and can open and close, they also work as temporary sewing seams, right? You've seen me clip things together kind of like we do with the butterfly clips, but you've seen me do it on the fly with the stitch patterns or stitch markers as well, because then it can give you let's say you're going to sew the sleeves sections of a shrug and you're not sure if you sew it without measuring first, it could be too loose or too tight. Either one's horrible. Too loose on a shrug means it's falling off your shoulder, and too tight means it's squeezing you in your armpits. Neither one of those are ideal. So if you guesstimate where you want your seams to be with the split ring stitch markers and you try it on, then you can see if it's falling off your shoulder or squeezing your armpits or somewhere else in between and adjust easily. Adjusting the position with split ring stitch markers is a lot easier to fix and adjust than sewing a seam, unraveling and sewing again. So hopefully that makes sense. So there are so many uses for that set of stitch markers that they are really a wonderful tool to have in your crafting toolbox for so many reasons. And they're cute. And I still have a lot left, so if you want them, buy them. That's what I meant. I meant locking stitch markers. Thanks, Judy. I meant locking. And I think Judy just shared a link, and they'll be in the show notes too. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, you can see there. Also, that's part of the accessories that I'm desperately trying to get rid of as I'm packing up and moving out. So please make sure if you're going to buy them or anything left in the shop, besides books and patterns, those are not going away. Please use coupon code 30MORE, 30MORE, to get additional 30% off of everything in the shop. And that can also be tied in with bulk discounts. So you can really get some tremendous savings on any of the products that are left. And now that we're getting down to the wire here and getting down to the end, plus I've now had a week shaved off of my move out date. I gotta get that stuff packed up and moved to storage. So if you want it now, would be a great time to stock up and get them before they may not be available. I don't know. I haven't decided what I'm gonna do once I move them. Probably not going to list them anymore. But great questions, everybody. So please ask more questions. I'm more than happy to answer. That was a great question about brioche and what kind of yarn to use. In fact, when I get the time, I would love to do a swatch in both a fiber that will give you that pop of texture and a fiber that will show the lace, to show you the difference, because brioche can be beautiful both ways. Depends on what look you're going for. Also, you can do it in color, and that's pretty beautiful too. And I have many videos on brioche. You can find them here on my YouTube channel, and they coordinate with patterns that I have released on my website. I've shown how to do 2-color brioche in the round and in rows. I've also shown how to do 1-color brioche. I believe both of those were in wool to show you the texture. That was when I had Be So Brave yarn, which was a number 4 worsted weight merino wool. And if you look at those patterns, you'll see that they have really beautiful texture and a beautiful ribbed texture. All right, here comes the wind. I'm guessing if we turn around, the wind will stop though. Yes, Rennie, I have some really detailed video tutorials on brioche, and I have patterns on it. Thanks, Judy. Yeah, every day Judy adds show notes. I get comments and questions all the time. Where's the link to what you talked about in the video? It's amazing how much Judy puts into that. Thank you. Times a million. She makes a list of everything I talk about in the show, and she writes all those links down and puts them in the video description every day. So anything that I've talked about, if you come back, they're there. New Health Martha says they're very helpful. Wonderful. We believe they are too. Boy, it's looking stormy, huh? Beautiful, but stormy. The wind's better in this direction. You know what is more challenging is when you go the first half of the walk and the wind's not bothersome, and then you turn around and you have to fight the wind back. It makes it so long. Hi, Pamela. Yes, Judy is the best. Brioche is kind of like another way to do ribbing. It's definitely more complicated than a regular ribbing, but it's a wonderful stitch to learn. And because it does require a little more attention and a little more finesse, the videos. Yes, I am walking north now. I started my walk going south, and I turned around when I noticed the wind was ramping up, and now the wind is behind me, which I think will be less bothersome in the volume of the video or the live stream. For those of you that are new, you may not realize it. Judy and several other people here we have 5 moderators total, I believe, and you'll know them by the little wrench next to their names as they're leaving comments. So anybody that you see with that little symbol of a wrench, they are all of the moderators for our show, and they all do a wonderful job as well. So shout out to all of our moderators. And shout out to everybody who shows up every day. And shout out to everybody who shows up whenever they feel like it. You're always welcome, and you're always appreciated. We're happy for everybody here. Because guess what? There'd be no show without all of you. I would just be going for a walk and talking to the animals, or talking in my head and not talking out loud. That's the funny thing. I'd still be doing everything that I do. I just be doing it without talking. Yes, it sure is a great group, Joe. Thanks, Lori. Yep, 1,036 days we've shown up now for the show. That's pretty amazing. Can you believe today's 1,030? How did we get 36 episodes under our belt from 1,000? Like every day I kind of marvel at whatever number it is beyond 1,000. I feel like, it just goes to show you life goes on, Whether you're sad, you're happy, you're doing well, you're not doing well, you're in the zone, not in the zone, life goes on. And you have to make a choice to either go with it or not, but either way, life goes on. It's amazing. I can't believe it's been 2 months since I announced, it's been 2 months since I found out I was losing my business, losing my home. A little shy of that, but I lost Becker. And life's still going on, and it feels like it's moving at a snail's pace to close this chapter, and it's harder than I thought. And it could, I still have a lot to be grateful for, and it could always be worse. And those are the things that I comfort myself with every day. Yes, it's taking a while, but maybe things that take a while are supposed to be worth it. And it could always be worse. And it's been worse. Sometimes I find comfort in remembering that this is not the worst chapter of my life. Thanks, Pamela. And I'm not sharing this again for anybody who feels sorry for me, but if you're struggling too, I'm just letting you know, sometimes I find comfort in remembering really bad times and going, okay, this isn't as bad as that. It's funny, but it's not funny, right? But it helps. And it sure helps to be kind to yourself. I beat myself up every day for where I'm at in my life. Looking down, turning 50 this year, and I'm not very impressed. And doing stuff like this, going for a walk, taking care of my skin, putting nice lotion on my face at night before bed, brushing my hair, going for a walk, all of these things are very comforting in times of stress. You know what, Lori, I am definitely going to get back to cooking videos as soon as I transition to the next chapter. Like, things are going to get much more normal pretty soon, I think. Maybe at least as far as content. I have lots of really fun, exciting ideas for showing you how to stay organized in small spaces, which can apply to anybody, and how to stay organized in small spaces, how to downsize, how to cook in small spaces, how to cook for small portions, how to cook with minimal cooking. Like, I'm looking to dial everything back and just live so much more simply, hopefully so that I have more time for other things. And I have lots of great ideas, and I'm super excited to share it with all of you. So if you can be patient with me, we'll get there. I think it's going to be great for so many people for so many different reasons. There's so many things that I can do to help other people who are empty nesters. Like, yeah, I'm becoming an empty nester on top of all this right now too. Which, gosh, that could have been hard in itself. But nope, that's like the smallest, as big as that is, of a pull on my heart. I feel like it's the least painful of all of them right now, but it's, anyway, like I said, we're more alike than we are different, and all of the things that I want to share about my new chapter, I think, will be relevant to a lot of you too. So we'll get there. Just got to plow through the next 3 weeks. That sounds long and miserable. Sorry, I haven't slept, so I may not be speaking as well as normal. Yep. Hi, Charlie. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate the support very much. Yes, Donna, thank you. Yeah, definitely looking stormy. I don't know if we're supposed to get storms or not. I don't check the weather that often. Woo, the water's chilly. Thank goodness I rolled my pants up though. I did not want to go home with wet pants. That's what I'm hoping, Lori. See, it looks stormy here too. That's just it. Doesn't look stormy to the west, but everywhere else it's looking stormy. So we'll see. Woo, chilly. Yeah, Lori, I wish I could just snap my fingers. That would be much better transition, in my opinion. At least after 2 months, like the next 3 weeks after 8 weeks doesn't sound appealing at all. Yes, great. Great reminder, Judy. Anybody that wants to keep the party going throughout the day, I know we have so much fun chatting here. You can continue to chat with everybody 100% private at the KO Community Forums on my website. You log in, it's right there on the home screen, on the home page. You go to the community forums and you can chat with each other. You can come up, you can share, chat, talk, ask questions, get answers, answer other people's questions. And once you connect with your friends there, you can even private message them there, and that's 100% private too. It's all private. So the forums are 100% private, meaning that nobody can see what's going on there unless they are a member. And then when I say that the private messages are 100% private, I'm saying that nobody has access to those conversations, not even me. They are 100% private, so that's pretty cool too. So lots of ways that you can keep the party going and stay connected with the friends that you meet here at the show throughout the day. Thank you, Sandra. Ooh, I like that idea, Sandra. Yes, maybe once the next chapter starts, I can make a colorful butterfly shawl. That would be a good, calling it the next chapter or something. I don't know. Uh-oh, I'm starting to cry again. I guess it's showing how tired I am. Okay, do you remember where we're going? Our home. We're going towards that yellow building. That's where the parking lot is. No rush, Charlie. There's no pressure whatsoever. I'm just offering that the forum is a wonderful place to chat when you want to. Just like the show, just like everything else that I do, it's all optional. All optional. I'm at Vanderbilt Beach in Naples today, Judy. Yeah, I've always wanted to do a butterfly shawl. I definitely have some ideas on different ways to do it. I've got ideas for doing the design with negative space and lace and doing the design in unusually shaped motifs and color work. I think we could do multiples. I think it's so weird when people get annoyed with me when I'm passing them. Like, this woman's passing me right now, and I'm like, yeah, do it. You should pass me if you're going faster than me. And in fact, I try to get out of the way of people passing me. You wouldn't believe how often people get annoyed with me when I want to pass them because I'm walking faster and try to block me from doing it. It's weird. I don't know why people don't like to be easy. Yeah, maybe we'll do a couple butterflies. Thank you, Charlie. I'm very proud of my website. I love it. And new stuff is always coming. Got some great ideas right now. I think I'm gonna make a bigger presence for the Knit and Crochet Now show on my website too. I know I have a couple of blog posts. I usually put out a blog post when the new season starts to show people where they can get everything. But Judy does too. We get so many questions about the show that I think I'm going to make a bigger presence for it on the website. Yeah, we do work hard on it, don't we, Judy? We work on it every day. Websites are a work in progress and constantly evolving, but that's what makes a good website. I am going to explain more about affiliates as time goes on too, because again, like I've said, as I join affiliate programs now, I can share products with you that you may be interested in, may already be purchasing. And by using my links, I can get a very small commission and it costs you nothing. So it's another free way to help support me as I'm trying to gain my income back. And so that first blog post I wrote about yarn substitution, which reminds me, I wanted to mention something. That yarn substitution post is not just about affiliate links. Yes, I put affiliate links to yarns at the bottom, but there is a wealth of knowledge about yarn substitution in the front and the top side of the article. That reminds me. The blog has been renamed News, so I'll be calling them articles, not blog posts anymore. Seems, I don't know, seems like it makes more sense. Thanks, Charlie. Blog seems more personal, and I really feel like I share more educational content, so I do feel like it's more of an article and news. And I'm constantly applying for affiliate programs, and I've even been denied yarn affiliate programs. Can you believe that? I've been in the business for 18 years. I can't believe. Anyway, whatever, that's another subject. But yeah, so as I'm doing that, I'm going to share more of it and find more products and things that we need or we want or are relevant. And so it's just a suggestion. Obviously, no, just all suggestions. But yeah, if you're looking for educational content and you don't go to my website often, I highly recommend reading my articles in the news section, which was previously called blog, but now called news. I write so much educational content about all sorts of things in there. That's also where you can find the free versions of my patterns. There's tons and tons of educational information in there. I think I've got like 900. Oh yes, Lion Brand did approve me for affiliate program yesterday, and I have added it to that yarn substitution blog post along with some suggested yarns that I think are good substitutions for some of my discontinued yarns, and I will add more as I go. But like I said, I'm also going, they're all those links are included in that yarn substitution blog post. So the educational content is the front half of the post, and if you scroll lower, that's where you can find the links. No, Karen, you can share my yarns and patterns. That's fine. I don't see any reason to change that on the share project section at this point, because so many of you have my yarn in your stash, and I think it would be great inspiration for everyone else to see what you're making with my yarns. It's not like the yarns went away. They're discontinued and not for sale, but I know a lot of you bought them and have them in your stash, so I'd rather still help everybody stay inspired with what to make. So yeah, I don't have a problem with that. Well, I'm glad, Joe. I don't just slap my name on things, and anytime that I share a product with you guys, it is absolutely because I think it's a good product. 100%. Yeah, I love Lion Brand Company too. That's why I always use their yarn on Knit and Crochet Now. All 4 seasons that I've been on the show, I exclusively use Vanna's Choice for all of my step outs. If you did not recognize that in any of my segments on the show, that is what I use. In fact, I did get my box of Lion Brand Vanna's Choice the other day for this season's step outs, and I will be unboxing and showing you the colors and stuff in the near future. Someone's asking, my website is KristinOmdahl.com. Anything that you're looking for on my website is just on my website. If you want any of the benefits of being a member, you just have to become a member. There's a login and sign up form right in the top bar. Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to show you that too, Joe, and talk about why I pick the colors that I do and what kind of color requirements there are for the show. I've also started putting together my wardrobe and been finding things on Amazon, and I'll be sharing. I think I'll try everything on for you like I did in the past. I found some really cute blouses to wear on the show, and what I've been doing is, since I can't wear knit and crochet, I've been finding store-bought things that have like a knit and crochet vibe, and you'll know exactly what I mean when I show them to you. Seems kind of backwards for a show about knit and crochet, but it's okay. I understand. I do understand. But I think that it's going to have dual purpose for us, because when I show you the outfits, we can get inspired to make things like them as well. So, you know what? The glass can always be half full and half empty. I don't care what you're talking about. It doesn't matter. And so, like I said, even having to do the outfits in this way, we're still going to find inspiration. And why? Because we look at life with the glass half full, not half empty. That's why. All right, we almost made it back. That yellow building's getting closer. Boy, wind in my back on the return trip home. What a nice treat. I feel like more often than not, the heavier wind is on the return, which makes it harder. You're talking about Patreon, Anna. Judy's sharing a link to Patreon right now. Oh, anybody, so the people that are signed up for level 3 or tier 3 and tier 4, hopefully received their handwritten note cards from me. If anybody's still here that received one for this month, I hope you liked it. I had so much fun picking out the stationery, picking out the inspirational quote, and handwriting all of them. I had so much fun doing it, and I hope you felt it when you opened the envelope. I hope you felt my excitement and enthusiasm and my feelings, because I'm filled with gratitude for anybody who is supporting me through Patreon, and that's why that handwritten note card was such an important benefit for me to share in there, because it's kind of like how I used to thank everybody and sign my packing slips. And when I sign a book, like, I feel so much gratitude. I hope you feel it when I write those, because I'm telling you, I write thank you from the bottom of my heart. Oh, someone was talking about the letters yesterday? Okay, good. Lori got hers. Great. I know Judy got hers too. Faux backrooms of your shows. I don't know what you mean, Charlie. My RV curtains could be a shade with faux backgrounds from your shows. You mean beach scenes? Is that what you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Or you mean just putting up a green screen for doing videos in there? I don't know what you mean. I guess maybe we'll figure that out. All right, we made it back. It's time to say goodbye. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the beach walk. I hope you enjoyed chatting with me and everyone else. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. Have a wonderful day, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next episode of the Kristin Omdahl Show. Bye-bye.